Hey guys, welcome to Tabletop Warbands. In this video we are playing Warhammer 40k in a 500 points match that sees Ultramarines versus the Death Guard. I'm Simone and I will play Space Marines.
Hi, I'm Andrea and I will play the Death Guard. Before we started, if you are subscribed to the channel, welcome back! If you are not subscribed yet and want to help us, join our growing community now by clicking on the subscribe button. And don't forget to activate the bell so you don't miss the next battle reports. Thank you guys!
Today's mission is Show of Force. The two armies will have to deploy within these two areas. There are 4 objectives and they are arranged in this way. As secondary objectives, Ultramarines have chosen Attrition, Engage on all fronts and Raise the banners high, while the Death Guard have Slay the Warlord, While we stand we fight and Spread the sickness from the Death Guard Codex. The match will last 5 rounds, at the end of which whoever has accumulated more victory points will win. Both armies start with 3 command points as both are organized as combat patrol.
Let's move on to the description of the armies. After initiating the contagion of an Imperial outpost on the planet Sigilia, Typhus decides to join the action and leads the vanguard of the army to test the defense of the city. It didn't take long before they found a Space Marine patrol hiding in some demolished buildings. Let's kill some cans. My Death Guard belong to the Plague Company Harbingers. The general of the army is Typhus and as general trait, he has Shamblerot. He is armed with a master-crafted Man Reaper and Blight Grenades. He can try to manifest 2 psychic powers and knows Smite as a base power plus 2 powers from the Contagion discipline, Curse of the Leper and Putrescent Vitality. Moving on, we have a Biologus Putrifier with a Plaguebringer relic replacing his Plague Knife. He is equipped with an Inoculator gun, Hyper Blight Grenades, and Crack Grenades. Next unit is composed of 1 Plague Champion armed with Demonic Plague Blade and a Plasma Gun, 1 Plague Marine armed with Blight Launcher and Sigil of Decay, 1 Marine with Icon of Despair and Bolt Rifle, 1 Marine with Plasma Gun, and 3 Marines with Bolt Rifle. Every model in this unit also has Blight Grenades, Crack Grenades, and Plague Knife. Finally, there are my 14 Poxwalkers armed with improvised weapons, whose sole purpose is to slow the opponent's advance, take objectives, and protect the characters. Every model in my army has an aura called Contagions of Nargol, and each round increases the contagion range of this aura, starting with 1 inch in the first round, up to 9 inches after the 4th round. All the models inside this ability have their toughness reduced by 1.
The returning lookouts have reported that a small Death Guard force is moving towards the city. Reginald and his detachment of Space Marines prepare for resistance. Reginald knows that if they fail, the city will surely fall into the hands of the enemy. The general of the army is Primaris Lieutenant Reginald, armed with a master-crafted power sword and a bolt pistol. As warlord trait, I chose Champion of Humanity, and as a relic, he has the armor Indomitus, which adds a wound, gives him a save characteristic of 2+, and once per battle, he can activate a force field, which grants him a 3+ invulnerable save until the end of the phase. The core of my detachment are 2 Assault Intercessor units, the 5th and 6th Squad, made up of 5 models each, and both are with Heavy Bolt Pistol and Astartes Chainsword. In support of the infantry is the unit that our community has given its name to, the Cobalt Eagles. These Outriders will be the tip of my spear, throwing themselves into the fray. And finally, a multi-melta armed ATV Invader. If there's a unit that can do anything to Typhus, this is the one.
While deploying my units, I try to balance them so that I can aim to maintain control of 3 objectives and the center of the field. The Plague Marines are obscured from the view of the bikes and the quad, thanks to the building in front of them. I will use my Putrifier to maintain the control of the objectives. Since I can afford to lose some Poxwalkers, I will use them to score points from the secondary objective Spread the Sickness. Lastly, I deploy Typhus off the battlefield thanks to the ability Teleport Strike, waiting for a more suitable moment to place him in the right spot. I just need Simone to have the initiative.
Having 1 more unit than Andrea, I was able to deploy the bikes last and in a favorable position. They should be able to take out the Poxwalkers without too much trouble, leaving the Death Guard with too few units to control the objectives. Andrea surprised me by deploying Typhus in support. In this way, he could block my plans based on where he will place it. I have to hope Andrea wins the initiative in the first round. Rolling for initiative. Blue dice for Space Marines and green dice for the Death Guard.
Oh, great! For once that I need a 1.
Perfect! Andrea first!
Well, I'm first. At least I can take control of the field before Simone. The first unit to move are the Plague Marines. I advance with them and with 5, they arrive on the objective tree by a nose, giving me the control of 2 objectives. Then, Typhus reaches the battlefield with a Teleport Strike and positions himself 9 inches from the bikes, ready to charge them. The Poxwalkers try to activate my secondary objective Spread the Sickness on objective 4. Rolling a d6, with 4+, it succeeds, but my unit suffered d3 mortal wounds. Nice! 3 victory points for me. Rolling the wounds. Of course. They try to ignore the wounds with 6 thanks to the ability Unending Horde. Just one. This means that 2 Poxwalkers are dead. In the Psychic phase, Typhus tries to manifest Curse of the Leper on the bikes. Rolling 76, for every dice that is higher than their toughness, I deal 1 mortal wound. Need 6 to pass. Not this turn.
Okay, lucky me!
Smite on the same target, need 5 to succeed, but with 11, it deals d6 wounds instead of d3. 8. d3 wounds to the bikes. 1 of course.
Wow, I thought a lot worse. My bikes are safe.
None of my units can shoot, so we skip to the charge phase. Typhus tries to charge the bikes, need 9 to enter in combat.
Okay, this situation is definitely dangerous for me. Typhus could take out my strongest unit in no time. I use a command point to do Overwatch with the Outriders. Thanks to the rapid fire, I can roll 12 dice at 6. Just 2. Wounding with 5. 12 shots and only 1 wound. Nice start.
Saving with 3 for the -1 penetration. He's fine. Let's see if he succeeds. 7 is not enough. Rerolling with a command point. Definitely not a 9.
Oh yes! Never been so happy to see those 2 skulls. During the first round, the Devastator Doctrine is active, improving the armor penetration of my heavy and grenade weapons by 1. In Andrea's first round, I had a hard time with Typhus Teleport. If he could have charged the Outriders unit, I would have happily said goodbye to the game. But now I have the advantage, since Andrea has isolated the most important model of his army, and I have the possibility to shoot him with everything I have. The Cobalt Eagles move forward flanking Typhus and positioning themselves next to the objective so they can control it. The 6th unit approaches the windows ready to fire and, if necessary, charge Typhus. The ATV joins the Assault Intercessors to have a good line of sight on the monster. The 5th unit backs away to try to keep the Black Marines away as much as possible so that the right flank can deal with Typhus. Reginald, being next to the objective, uses the action of my secondary objective and plants the flag. This city belongs to the Ultramarines. The ATV starts the hunting season and shoots everything it has on Typhus, starting with 2 shots of the Multi-Melta at 3+. Both! Strength 8, Toughness 5, I need 3s. Reroll the one with a command point. Ha! There's the meme, guys. Just 1.
Invulnerable save at 4. Nope. Reroll with a command point. Ah, that's bad.
Great! Being just out of the half range, the ATV only does d6 wounds. 4 wounds!
Thanks to Disgustingly Resilient, Typhus suffers only 3 wounds.
Twin Autobolt Rifle, 6 shots at 3. 4! Wounding at 5. 2 wounds.
Saving with 2. He's okay. Take this little dice, buddy.
The 6th squad fires heavy bolt pistols again at Typhus, making 5 shots at 3. 4 hit. Wounding with 5 again. Not even 1. It's time for the Cobalt Eagles. A bike throws a crack grenade, 1 shot at 3. Obviously it missed. The other 2 Outriders fire normally with 8 shots at 3. 7 hit. Wounding at 5. This is what I need! 4 wounds!
Okay, with -1 penetration I need 3s to save. What in the world is that?
It's a clear sign to me!
Well, good job, Typhus. You failed everything. Nargle is very disappointed. I think it's time to improvise a new plan. My best model in the army is dead and did absolutely nothing. True, I did put him in a very dangerous position, but he failed the charge, the psychic phase, and the armor saves. At least I'm in control of 2 objectives, and Simone decided to stay away from my marines. This gives me the opportunity to position myself in a good spot and wait. Let's see if I can survive a couple of turns.
Incredible! I think this was for me the best first round ever! In the choice of secondary objectives, I considered the idea of taking Slay the Warlord, but in the end I decided not because I imagined it was too complex to kill Typhus, and of course I killed him in the first turn! At least I managed to score 4 victory points thanks to the secondary objective Attrition. But now I don't have to lose focus. If there's anything I've learned about the Death Guard is that it's not over until it's over. Andrea still has good tricks to play.
At the start of my second turn, I earned 10 victory points thanks to the objective 3 and 4, reaching 13. With Typhus dead, I can't do much in this turn, so I just sit and wait for Simone to come visit my units. Also I have While We Stand We Fight, that will give me 10 points if my 2 most expensive models survive. My Poxwalkers are the first to move, and they advance to hide behind the building, forcing Simone to leave objective 1 if he wants to shoot them. My Plague Marines instead move closer to the objective and activate the secondary objective Spread the Sickness. Rolling the d6. Just right. Did 3 damage to them. Just 1. Perfect. 3 more victory points for me. None of my units can shoot or charge, meaning that this is the end of my turn. Pretty fast, huh?
During the second round is active the Tactical Doctrine, improving every rapid fire and assault weapons armor penetration by 1. In the command phase I earn 10 victory points for controlling 2 objectives, and 1 additional point for the flag that Reginald planted in the first round, reaching 15 victory points. This turn I have to focus on my initial plan, which includes taking out the Poxwalkers, and the Cobalt Eagles are the best unit to do so. The Outriders, thanks to their movement of 14 inches, managed to get inside of the Poxwalkers and position themselves so that they can open fire. The 6th unit advances and leaves the building to approach the objective and secure it. The 5th unit moves into cover, preparing to receive the arrival of the Black Marines. Andrea has the secondary objective Slay the Warlord, so Reginald joins the unit to enjoy its protection, while the ATB remains in control of the objective. Once in position, the Cobalt Eagles realize they have full view on the Putrefier and open fire on him, making 12 shots at 3. 9 hits! Strength 4, Toughness 5, I need 5s. And just 1, ladies and gentlemen.
With -1 penetration, he saves at 4. Not even close. 3 wounds left.
The Outriders are close enough to secure the charge. With 10 inches, the bikes roar forward, ready to overwhelm the Poxwalkers. I expect to do massive damage to the zombies.
As the bikes approach the Poxwalkers, the Biologus does a heroic intervention, entering combat with the bikes.
With the Putrefier joining the fight, I split the attacks in order to do some damage to him too. 6 attacks on the Biologus and 13 attacks on the Poxwalkers. Let's start with the 6 attacks on the Putrefier at 3. 4 hit, nice! Wounding at 5, just 1 wound.
Saving with 4, that's good enough.
I was expecting at least 1 wound. Anyway, 13 attacks on the Poxwalkers at 3. Wow, 12 hits! I need force to wound. 8 wounds! Good enough!
Having 7 as armor save, I roll to see if they can ignore the wounds directly. Every 6 is a saved wound. 6 Poxwalkers dead. It's okay, that's their job. Time to respawn with my Poxwalkers. I use 2 stratagems for a total of 2 command points. The Wrathful Death that gives the Poxwalkers the possibility to reroll every hit roll, and Mutant Strain. With every hit roll of 6, I inflict 1 mortal wound to the bikes, but with every one, I suffer 1 mortal wound. 12 attacks at 4, but I want 6s, so rerolling every dice that is not a 6. Just 3 6s, for a total of 5 hits. With the 3 1s, I suffer 3 wounds. Wounding at 5, 3 wound.
The stratagems that Andrea used hurt. 1 bike died and 1 is left with only 1 wound. That's bad.
And it's not over! My Biologus attacks as well with 4 attacks at 3. The Death Guard has an aura that reduces by 1 the toughness of enemy models, so I wound with 2.
I use the stratagem Transhuman Physiology for 1 command point. The Outriders can only be wounded at 4+.
4 attacks at 3, 1 miss. Wounding at 4, just 1.
I need a 5 to save him. Of course not. Reroll with the command point. Yeah, I got it. It's totally dead. Not exactly the fight I was expecting.
And the Putrefier consolidates on the last remaining bike while staying in control of the objective. Much better. Definitely much better. Of course, the Putrefier could have made a little more effort to eliminate the last bike too, but that's okay. The Poxwalkers have taken quite a bit of casualties, but in the next turn, I should fix them without a problem. Now, if all goes as it should, I have a chance to knock Simone off in victory points, but only if the Plague Marines do their job. So please, aim before you shoot.
If the first round went great, the second one definitely downsized it. The bikes were the only unit capable of doing massive damage, and the Poxwalkers are still alive and well. I also don't think the remaining bike will be able to survive that fight. I have to hope to kill the Putrefier before he can attack. Also, the Black Marines are closing in, and sooner or later I'll have to face that threat. I knew the game wasn't over yet. In any case, this round I earned 2 more victory points, reaching 17. I'm still ahead.
At the start of turn 3, I earn 10 victory points for controlling objectives 3 and 4. Then, in the command phase, I use this stratagem, the Dead Walk again, for 1 command point. I roll 76, for every 3+, 1 Poxwalker comes back alive. 6 Poxwalkers back! Awesome! I love this stratagem. Movement phase. My Plague Marines enter the building to be able to aim the units behind it while keeping the objective. In the shooting phase, my Biologus tries to shoot the bike with his inoculator gun at 3+. Same strength and toughness, so wounding with 4. Nope. My Marines target the ATV holding the objective, shooting with the bolt rifle first, 6 shots at 3. 4 through, the 2 6s wound automatically thanks to the Sigil of Decay. Wounding at 5, 3 wounds total.
Saving at 3+. Oh yeah.
Next to shoot is the Blight Launcher with 2 shots at 3. Both hit. Wounding with 3.
Just 1. This time I need a 5. Ouch, that's bad. Only 2 wounds through. It's okay.
Last but not least, 4 plasma gun shots at 3. Oh, come on! Rerolling with a command point. Just to hit. Wounding at 3 again.
Just 1. I need to save it at 6. Of course not. The ATV is left with 4 wounds, but at least it's still alive. And in control of the objective. In this phase I start first to fight, and I need to give the bike the best chance to kill the Putrifier, so I use the stratagem Jim Wrote Might for 1 command point. Every hit roll of 6 automatically wounds the target. Then the bike swings the chainsword, making 4 attacks at 3. 1 6 wounds automatically. I roll the other 2. Need 5 to wound. Including the 6 from before, there are 2 wounds.
Saving with 5+, 1 wound through. And now the Biologus responds with 4 attacks at 3. All through. Wounding with 3. All wound! Nice work!
Ha! I don't think it will go well. 7 at 6. Nope. Goodbye, my friend. You did what you could. In this turn is active the Assault Doctrine, improving every pistol and melee weapons armor penetration by 1. In the command phase, I earn 10 victory points for the primary objectives and 1 point for the planted flag, reaching 28 victory points. This turn, I have to divide my army further to take out the Putrifier and block the Poxwalkers. Andrea has the opportunity to sit still and wait thanks to the secondary objectives he has chosen. I can't. The 6th squad approaches the Poxwalkers, ready to charge them later. The ATV advances by moving 20 inches thanks to its ability, which allows it to directly add 6 inches to its movement instead of rolling the dice. I place it near the objective. Unfortunately, it won't be able to shoot anyone this turn, but keeping the objective is more important. Reginald takes the place of the ATV in control of the objective, as the Intercessors finally move towards the Plague Marines. The Assault Intercessors open fire on the Poxwalkers with 5 shots at 3. Nice aim, congratulations. Need force to wound, 1 Poxwalker down.
Ignoring the wound with 6. Not this time. 1 Poxwalker dies.
The 5th squad tries to take out some Plague Marines before charging them. One of them shoots a crack grenade while the others shoot with pistols. Let's start with the pistols, making 4 shots at 3. Wow, same aim as the other squad, I see. Wounding at 5. Rerolling the 1 thanks to the Lieutenant's aura. Fail. Crack grenade, 1 shot at 3. I really hope they fight better than they shoot. Reginald is in range to shoot with his pistol, 1 shot at 2. Hit! He needs a 5 to wound. And he misses the shot. It's time to charge the enemies. The 6th team needs a 6 to reach both the Poxwalkers and the Putrifier. With a 7, they arrive safely at their destination. It will be an extremely interesting fight. It could win me the game. Now it's time for the others. Their job is to block the Plague Marines in combat and prevent them from reaching the objective. With a 10, my Ultramarines are able to reach a good position. Nice! The Assault Intercessors, when they charge, increase their number of attacks enormously, reaching 21. I absolutely need to kill the Putrifier to take away victory points from Andrea. I am undecided whether to do all the attacks on the Biologus or whether to attack the Poxwalkers as well. I think I'll do 17 attacks on the Putrifier and 4 on the Poxwalkers, just to do some more damage. Let's start with Biologus, 17 attacks at 3. 12 hit! Need 5 to wound? What? Just 1? How is that even possible? Reroll 1 with a command point? Nothing. I knew I had to do all the attacks on him, damn it!
Need 5 to save. Nah, so close. 1 wound to the Biologus.
Last 4 attacks on the Poxwalkers, hitting at 3. 2 hit, 4 to wound. At least this.
Ignoring with 6. 2 more dead Poxwalkers, it seems.
In the end, the Marines consolidate in order to get closer to the nearest enemy, and by doing this, they can contest the objective.
My Poxwalkers try to regain some models with 14 attacks at 4. Oh, wow. Wounding with 4. Just 1 out of 14 attacks.
Wow, it went great! Saving with 3. Just 1 wound.
Okay, Biologus, do something please. 4 attacks at 3. Just 2. Wounding with 2 thanks to the Death Guard aura. Both wound.
2 wounds to save at 5. Ouch! This was heavy. 2 dead. That Biologus really hurts. Sorry guys, it's not your fault. Now the Titans clash. The 5th squad makes its 21 attacks on the Plague Marines, trying to eliminate as many as possible before it's their turn to attack. Rolling 20 dice first and then the last one afterward. They hit a 3. Rolling the last attack. 13 hits. Strength 4, toughness 5, they wound at 5. 7 wounds, not bad.
Need 5 to save. Just 1. Come on, just say that you want to lose. 3 deaths and 1 wound. The remaining Marines respond with 9 attacks at 3. Hitting 6. Wounding with 3 because of the aura. Rerolling the ones for the weapons ability. 5 wounds.
Saving those at 4. 2 saved, 1 dead and 1 wound. I can accept it. In the moral phase, the 6th team is forced to take the deaths because a skill from the Putrefier's relic causes each death to count for 2 in the moral phase. With 2 deaths, which count as 4, and the Ultramarines leadership of 9, I need 5 or less to pass the test. Yeah, they're fine.
My Marines have lost too many models in this fight and need to test morale. With 5 or less, they are successful. 2 is perfect. They keep fighting. This round certainly went better than the first, but worse than the second. My Marines suffered huge losses and Simone managed to contest one of my objectives. This means that in the next round, I will only take 5 victory points. In order to win the game, I have to eliminate both Assault Intercessor squads, and I have to eliminate the enemy general as well. It will be difficult, but I can do it.
I finally managed to contest the objective in the Death Guard deployment zone and keep mine. This will take away a lot of points to Andrea, bringing me closer to victory. My goal now is to be able to eliminate the Putrefier. This should be enough to win the game. I can do it. My intercessors will attack first in the combat phase. They should do it. Meanwhile, in this round I reached 30 victory points thanks to engage on all fronts.
At the start of the first turn, I gained 5 victory points, reaching 31. In this turn, I don't need to move my units, so let's jump straight to the shooting phase. I use this stratagem, the Blightning, for 1 command point. It allows me to choose up to 3 models in my army. Their plug weapons of type Grenade lose the trait Blast and become Pistol 6, meaning that my Putrefier, the Plug Champion and 1 Marine can now shoot in combat. Also, they automatically hit the target. Starting with the Biologus, 6 shots, wounding at 3. Rerolling the ones thanks to the weapons ability. 4 wounds.
Okay, I need them alive. I need 4+. This is a joke! What kind of roll is it?
That, my friend, is 3 dead Space Marines.
Wow, I really didn't expect this. My plan is completely blown up.
And now, the Plague Marines with 12 shots wounding with 3. 11 wounds, that's huge.
This is a problem. I have to save them on 3+. Oh, okay, this roll was above average, only 1 dead. If the others had died too, I would have been in big trouble.
Okay, this is just for the memes. My Poxwalkers try to charge the ATV. I need double 6 to succeed. That was so close.
My intercessors start first, making 10 attacks on 3. 6 hit, need 5 to wound, and of course, just 1.
Need 5 plus to save. That's a dead Plague Marine. Bye! Now, my Marines respond with 7 attacks on 3. Hitting for 3 plus to wound. All wound.
Damn, I need 4 plus to save. Ah, okay, that will do. My Marines are doing their job.
In my morale phase, I roll 1d6 for every unit within engagement range with my Marines. Thanks to the Agon of Despair, for every 4 plus, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Rolling for the Assault Intercessors. Yes! 1 mortal wound.
Come on, that's so cruel! At the start of the 4th round, I find myself again short of troops on the advanced front. Twice I attempted to take out the Putrifier and both times my models were wiped out. If nothing else, in this round I earned 10 victory points for the main objectives and 1 additional point for the planted flag, reaching 41 victory points, with an advantage of 10 points over Andrea. The time has come to try my last card to win. The ATV abandons its position in control of the objective and faces the Putrifier in order to fire on him. Reginald moves sideways in order to have at least 1 unit in 3/4 of the battlefield. The ATV opens fire with everything it has on the Biologus, starting with the Multi-Melta with 2 shots at 3. Just 1 hit. With Strength 8, it wounds with 3. No, I can't allow that. Rerolling with a command point. Okay, that's it.
With the -4 penetration, I can't save this shot, meaning that my poor Biologus is dead, and with him gone, I simply cannot win the game anymore. With only 1 round left, the point difference is too high. My secondary objectives don't give me enough victory points, therefore, victory goes to the Ultramarines. Unfortunately, I had a very rough start this game, and I found myself already in the first round without the most important piece of my army, Typhus. The Biologus tried with all his strength to win, but despite the 2 units eliminated, he was not able to make me accumulate enough victory points. Plus, if my Marines had managed to take out the ATV, the game would have ended differently. But it didn't. Nargol is not happy for your performance, guys. You need to try harder next time.
After taking out Typhus in the first round, I thought it would be easy to win the game, yet I found myself struggling to earn victory points. If I hadn't managed to kill the Putrifier, I would have surely lost the game. And this shows how resistant the Death Guard is. This match was a lot closer than expected. The Cobalt Eagles did well, I'm very happy with them. Be proud of your Outriders, guys. And with this we conclude. If you like our content and want to help us grow the channel, we have an account on the platform Buy Me a Coffee where you can support us with donations. Any help you can give us to improve the channel is welcome. We are counting on you. The link is in the description.
And if you have come this far, write the words Cobalt Eagles in the comments to let us know. You are the best. And if you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, leave a like and write us in the comments. We are always curious to know what you think.
That's it, guys.
See you next video.